Let me remind you, September the 11th for them was a bad day. For us, it was a change of attitude. The American people need to know we're using techniques within the law to protect them. You said to me, how can we be assured you're doing everything it takes to protect the American people? One of the best source, according to those who are on the front lines of protecting the American people, is when we pick up somebody off of a battlefield, that we interrogate them within the law.
There are rules to war, and it's called the law of land warfare, which is taking the Geneva Conventions and putting them in a U.S. military field manual. But essentially, the Geneva Conventions are codified by the U.S. military as well as by the U.S. government. Those are the rules that we go to war by, which means there are rules on what kind of weapons you can use, how you treat civilians found on the battlefield, how you treat other persons that may be in military uniform or conducting operations against your own troops on the battlefield. And senior leaders know these rules. Junior leaders know these rules. They are taught at every level of military training. Sent out the word, no Geneva Conventions for these guys. In fact, we've got a new name for them, unlawful enemy combatants. No privileges, no status. The Military Commissions Act that was enacted in October of last year, where the U.S. Congress has now made legal criminal actions. They have said that alternative interrogation techniques are fine, and yet when you see what they are torture techniques. With this Military Commissions Act, you lost the right that prisoners have an opportunity to go to a court to find out what they're even being held for, why are they being detained. We lost on torture, that indeed it is legal in the United States for the U.S. military and CIA to torture people. We lost on the fact that people should be held accountable for criminal acts they committed, but if you committed them before December 31st, 2005, doesn't matter. Free pass. You don't have to go to jail for criminal actions.
Would you agree a dunk in water is a no-brainer if it can save lives?
Well, it's a no-brainer for me, but for a while there I was criticized as being the vice president for torture.
Face phase 2, they cut off one air hole. They put a wet gag in your mouth and pour water in your nose. So it's a little more upsetting than phase 1, which is just a hose in your face.
Upsetting in what sense? I mean, what are you feeling inside when it's happening to you?
You're strapped down to the board, your arms and legs can't move, your head's lower than your feet, and you have water in your nose and you can't breathe. There's 3 guys in masks standing over you. Phase 3, they took out some plastic wrap, and just seeing him pull out that wrap there, I was like, I'm not going to last long. I mean, it's like Friday the 13th movie. They wrap that around your face, then they poke a little hole right over your mouth and start pouring water in your mouth. So you get the sensation of drowning, but I didn't last long at all. They say the average is 14 seconds, but I didn't.
How far did you get?
You know, just a few seconds, really.
If in fact there was waterboarding used with Khalid Sheikh Mohammed, and for the viewers, that's basically you strap someone to a board and you make them feel as if they're going to drown. You put them underwater. If that was legal and within the law, why couldn't you do it at Guantanamo? Why'd you have to go to a secret location around the world?
I'm not going to talk about techniques, and I'm not going to explain to the enemy what we're doing. All I'm telling you is that you've asked me whether or not we're doing things to protect the American people, and I want the American people to know we are doing so.
The extraordinary rendition is, rendition started under, well, the Clinton administration had a lot of it. It was primarily on drug stuff. Although I guess in the second phase of it, there were some of the groups that have been involved in criminal activity, blowing up embassies and like that they were taken out of the countries. But my understanding was it was with a special presidential authorization. One by one by one by one. Whereas right now, this extraordinary stuff, the reason it's called extraordinary is that the CIA doesn't have to ask anybody. They can nab anyone, anywhere, and they're gone. And nobody in the, I guess somewhere in the CIA, they've got a master list of all this, but there's no neutral judge anywhere in the world that in the United States that looks at these.
Admitted that there were these CIA secret facilities. Okay.
So what? Why is that not within the law?
The head of Amnesty International says secret sites are against international law.
Well, we disagree with him.
What can we do? How can we make our national security better? First, I think we need to get back on the rule of law, that we are saying that we repudiate the things that have happened as far as breaking our own laws, torture, holding people for indefinite periods of time, going around and kidnapping folks, that we say that is not going to be the policy of the United States, and that we have a strong enough legal system and investigative system that we don't need to break the law to do that, because we do. We can get this stuff done without breaking the law.